Wrestling Rampage, back with another video.
And yes, we're back with another video. A video that we didn't really choose to do, but we really want to look back at Roddy Piper. As you guys know, if you guys kept up with social media and the WWE lately, TMZ and all that, you guys found out that on July 31st, 2015, Roddy Piper has passed away at the age of 61 due to cardiac arrest. And
real name Roger George Toombs.
That's right.
Our go out to the Toombs family.
Yes, our condolences. What we're doing today here is we're going to talk about Roddy Piper, his accomplishments in the wrestling business, and not just the wrestling business, just around the world in general. He was a Golden Gloves boxing champion and also has a black belt in judo. A 3-time NWA Mid-Atlantic champion, a 2-time NWA TV champion, a 3-time NWA United States Heavyweight champion, a 1-time WWE World Tag Team champion, a 1-time WWF Intercontinental champion, and he was also inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2005. Back in the Mid-Atlantic days, working with Gordon Soley as an announcer.
Yes. He would do announcing for the Mid-Atlantic, and he would be interviewing people and everything else. And then he got in the ring, and don't forget that infamous Starrcade match with Greg Valentine, Starrcade '83, the first Starrcade. That
dog
collar match, where Piper lost 50 to 75% of his hearing in his ear. And then he got called up to the WWF, and that's when he started. He started managing Paul Orndorff and Dr. D. David Schultz, and as their mouthpiece, and because Roddy Piper was a good talker. You know? He could get people to come in. He can get people to come in by just talking.
That's what you need in the wrestling business. And that's where he came up with the Pipers Pit.
And then the Pipers Pits, the infamous Frankie Williams. And then the infamous...
I love that one.
That's right. And then the infamous Coconut.
With Jimmy
Snuka.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
And then and don't forget he main evented WrestleMania 1 with Hogan.
It was him and Paul Orndorff going against Hogan and Mr.
T. Even though Piper did not like Mr. T, and I don't blame him, because I didn't like Mr. T either.
Yes.
Because Piper is a guy that respected the business. He had no business being in there, and his promos on Mr. T was amazing. Fucking Mr. T coming out trying to look like Roddy Piper, and then Mr. T, and then Roddy Piper says, "You don't see me dressing like you," and with chains around my neck and everything, making fun of Mr. T. And he painted this portrait of Mr. T, say this was going to happen to you if you couldn't come in the ring with me, and which is the way it should have been.
Their boxing bout at WrestleMania 2.
Yep. Their boxing bout that Piper made Mr. T.
And then the WrestleMania 3 match.
And then the WrestleMania 3 with Adrian Adonis,
That's right, adorable Adrian.
Where Piper was doing a retirement match and
hair versus hair match.
Yeah. And he beats Adrian Adonis, and he goes on to make the film They Live. But the infamous thing about WrestleMania 3 was the guy that came in over the rail to shake Piper's hand, give him a hug, and then he got arrested for it.
As you see Piper leaving, you see the guy getting arrested in the ring. It's funny.
And Piper had no problem with it. And then he went to make They Live, which was a really good movie. See, that's the thing. Roddy Piper went to Hollywood, He brought more fans into the WWF.
Actually, he's made over 40 movie appearances in movies, including Hell Comes to Frogtown and They Live, and also he also did an urban legends movie The Ghost of Goldfield, which I actually watched that movie. That's a pretty good movie.
And then
TV guest spots too. On
TV shows.
He's done numerous of those and celebrity ghost stories.
He did Storage Wars. He came and did Storage Wars.
Celebrity wife swap with Ric Flair.
He did everything, and then he went back.
Before we get started on that, don't forget his 1992 hit song in the UK only, "I'm Your Man."
Yes, right. And then he came back to WWF, and don't forget WrestleMania 6 with Bad News Brown. He cut that great promo, painted himself half black. That it was crazy, but it was different. That was Piper. And probably one of the best Roddy Piper matches was at WrestleMania 8.
Oh yes,
Bret Hart
for the WWF Intercontinental Championship.
That was probably one of the best Piper matches I've seen. That's like number one of my favorites. And
then the not only the match was good, but the promo in the beginning before the match was excellent.
Roddy Piper, you make them sandwiches, put on that bologna, even though one piece of bologna, it don't matter. I was hungry and everything else.
Keep your hands to yourself now.
And all this, and then he was the commissioner of the World Wrestling Federation when Gorilla Monsoon was out. And then you gotta remember the WrestleMania 12 Hollywood Backlot Brawl with Goldust.
Yes. It was epic.
It was a good one. And Roddy Piper laid it in on Goldust.
Yes.
He broke his knuckles on Goldust's head. And he said that's a tough kid. Everything else,
it's funny because he actually goes to that white Bronco and opens the door, and you see the blood trickle down off the door handle.
Did a little O.J. Simpson there.
Back to when he went against Hogan, he was also one of the pioneers into that rock and wrestling connection.
Yeah.
When he kicked Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Which she fucking deserved it anyway.
And he's the one that made that wrestling connection. Whole rock and wrestling connection. And then he got called up to WCW. And Piper even admitted it. He said the only reason he went to WCW was more money.
Yes.
It was money.
Hey, we don't blame him.
And then he did a little few things in WCW, but nothing really... Like, they didn't use Piper to his potential. Let's just say that. He did have a match with Hogan when he first came in.
The Halloween Havoc, I think?
Yeah. The Super Brawl. And then in 98... it's like Piper's, they just didn't use him to his full potential, And then the thing that really embarrassed me was when Piper jobbed to Buff Bagwell in that Bash at the Beach 99, that boxing match, when Mills Lane was the referee.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's a fucking embarrassment. You got a stripper beating Roddy Piper.
Gigolo.
Fucking gigolo or fucking whatever.
Whatever it is.
But... that was an embarrassment. But him and Ric Flair had good matches too, even in the WWF and Mid-Atlantic. But, and finally Roddy Piper got his recognition in the Hall of Fame, which he deserved it.
When he came back in 2003, he was doing a thing with Hogan and McMahon. And he also pretty much, I'm just going to be honest here, he made Sean O'Hare.
Yes, you did.
By managing
that's
him.
The thing.
And Zach Gowen, too.
Yeah. When he was with Sean O'Hare, he kind of helped Sean O'Hare there when he was the manager of Sean O'Hare. Yeah.
But, if you go on the WWE Network, you guys can watch Legends House.
Yes.
Which
Piper was really good on that.
Piper was really good on there, too. It was, I don't know how many legends, 8 or 9 legends or whatever, in a house together, and Piper was one of them.
And it was really good.
It was really good. And for those of you that do not own this DVD, go out and buy this DVD. It talks about Piper's life story on the first disc. On the second disc is some of his greatest matches. On the third disc is all the Piper's Pits leading up to, I think, 2004 or something like that.
Yeah.
But Born of Controversy, the Roddy Piper story.
Yes. Piper was just really good, you know.
He's one of those guys that didn't need to be the world champion.
Didn't need to be a champion, you know.
But you're glad he was.
Yes.
You know, but I mean, it was a shame he was never WWE champion.
Yes.
But that was during them Hogan days.
Yeah, and he could have been.
Oh yeah, he could have been. Yeah. And you know, we were just wanting to make this special video, in the remembrance of Roddy and
what he meant to wrestling.
Yeah, you know, and it's just pretty sad that, you know, in a month's time we lost two great legends.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes and Roddy
last
Piper.
month was Dusty Rhodes. This month is Roddy Piper,
and Roddy Piper, he would always do the WrestleCons and everything. He would always take pictures for everybody, and you know, he was a really nice guy. You know, and it's just tragic that he's gone. You know, you didn't expect it.
I mean, Piper was one of those guys you never thought would die.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I mean, I know, you know, all legends live on.
Yeah.
Except for Hogan now, but you know, all legends live on.
Well, like Roddy Piper said, he'll be in there with his frat brothers.
That's right. So. If you like this video,
and speaking of that, his announcing was good too.
Oh
yes,
yes,
he was an announcer too. When he was with Vince and Savage on Superstars, he was good on that too.
Yes, he was.
He was good at announcing too.
He even went on to say that that the only person that can touch him on the mic is CM Punk.
Yeah, he even said that yet.
So, but you know, if you like this video, like it, share it, tweet it, whatever you guys need to do. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestlingRampage2. Follow us on Twitter @WrestleRampage. And also subscribe to this YouTube channel. We got some great videos coming up. You know, this is a memorial for Roddy Piper.
The great Roddy Piper.
And I know that Ronda Rousey won her UFC championship. And she actually made the tribute out to Roddy and wanted to thank him for letting her use the name Rowdy.
Yeah.
And just make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got some great videos coming up for you guys. And we'll see you in the next video.